And then they never came through.
25 years ago, almost to this very day, our firstborn child was terribly and cruelly taken away from us. His name was Adam. Adam Carrington.
My grandmother called me into her bedroom one day. She was on her deathbed. And she said,
I'm dying, Michael, and I have to make peace with myself. I sinned when I stole you from that baby carriage.
Michael, look into my bottom drawer, and you'll find something I'd like you to look at. And it was a silver rattle. AAC was engraved on the tip of the rattle. And she said, your real name is Adam Carrington. And she made me look into the mirror and say,
Repeat it after me, Michael. I am Adam Carrington. Please.
I am Adam Carrington.
That's when my journey began back to my family.
If you're not in a hurry to get home, I'd like to buy you a drink. Just to talk. You see, right now I could use a father.
A father?
And a friend.
Not that common a phrase in this family, is it? Fathers and friends. Yes, I'd like to have that drink with you.
One of the nastiest things Adam ever did, and one of the things I found toughest to do inside, was rape. He raped the butler's daughter, Kirby. The day it was shown, Reagan had a speech to the nation, an address to the nation that evening. And the next day, the talk around the cooler was not about Reagan's speech. It was, did you see what Adam did to Kirby on Dynasty last night? I mean, I really was a son of a bitch.
Adam, stop it! Stop it! Adam!
We didn't work together, but did you paint Jeff Colby's office?
Yes. I hated him. And they thought, well, let's have Adam try to kill Jeff with poison paint.
This is top-of-the-line paneling. How come you're painting over it?
Because I like top-of-the-line paint.
Not too many offices use such a bright color. You sure you wanted it?
Yeah, I'm sure I had a custom blended. Do you mind?
Tell you what I mind. The smell. It's making me a little dizzy.
Well, then why don't you just get on with it and finish the job? I've been to the hospital. I've seen him. I can verify the fact that he suspects nothing. I've talked to doctors and lab technicians, and I know they haven't a clue as to the cause of his condition.
You know. Supposing someone starts to know what you've done. I know that to you, Jeff is just a pawn. But to me, he's a fine human being who was there when I needed him, when Cecil died. He was the only one who was. And now he's in a great deal of pain.
If he's in pain, they'll give him a pill.
And I must say, bad and evil as I appear to be, I couldn't really hold a candle to you occasionally. I loved working with you a lot, and I think that our scenes work together well.
Laurence Olivier said once, unless you really like the character that you're playing,
Yes.
you will never be believable. That is why when people say, oh, Alexa's an evil, manipulative, horrible bitch, I say, no, she's not. No, she's a woman who loves her children. She's a woman that wants power. She's a woman bent on revenge because she was kicked out. And so I'm constantly defending her because I liked her. And so did the audience.
Up next, Catherine Oxenberg remembers the most infamous wedding in television history. And later on, Joan Collins and Linda Evans share a private chat about love and war.
It's much more fun beating you up.
Plus our exclusive bloopers. When Dynasty Reunion, Catfights and Caviar...
Catherine Oxenberg was Dynasty's princess, my rich, beautiful, and sometimes spoiled daughter, Amanda.
Have some champagne.
So, let me ask you, we were sisters?
Full-blood sisters.
It's so nice to meet you.
And you too, I think.
You're my sister too?
I never got to work with you, but I would have loved to have worked with you.
Oh, thank you. Likewise.
So, Joan?
Yes?
You're the first person who turned the word bitch into a compliment. Thank you for that. She used to call me little bitch, and I would call her affectionately big bitch.
But were you, so you were a bitch also?
Baby bitch.
Yes. I wasn't very well brought up, obviously. And I had very sloppy boundaries.
What was the first scene we did together? Do you remember?
Oh, God, you're putting me on the spot.
No.
Yes, I do remember. I popped into your penthouse out of an elevator.
That's
that was
right.
my first scene.
Yes.
What are you doing here, Amanda? I read in the Tribune that you were in trouble. You're supposed to be in Paris. School. I came to see if I could help. It's the least I could do for my mother.
Okay, well, we better talk about the most infamous Dynasty cliffhanger, probably in all the shows. The Moldavia wedding.
I insisted that you marry Michael of Moldavia, and you did not want to.
Amanda, everything is arranged. Everything. The family is already here for the religious ceremony on Sunday. The court is arriving for the state ceremony on Monday. You have got to go through with this wedding.
I can't and I won't.
Do you remember the dress that you had, I think, was copied practically from Princess Diana's wedding dress a couple of years earlier? It was fabulously gorgeous, and mine was a complete hideosity.
Forgive me, since I wasn't on the show then, but what was the setup for this Moldavian massacre?
Bo Hopkins, it turns out, returned to the show. He was working for some terrorist cell somewhere, and he decided that they were going to break into this great hoo-ha wedding of these two rich, famous, titled people and kidnap and kill a bunch of us.
You are now united as husband and wife. Let us pray in peace.
We had no idea who was going to live or die. None of us knew.
And I remember they came around and they were pouring fake blood all over us, and we were going, what is that?
The more blood we got, the less chance we had of coming back. Because we knew if you were really bloodied up, that was it. You might as well call your agent and say, I need a job.
It was a rotten storyline, I do.
No, it was very funny, actually.
The scene itself was extraordinary. The big cheat was the follow-up.
We might have killed all of you, but we are compassionate. So you will live. In exactly 4 hours' time, the plane will be leaving for the United States. You will all be on it.
I was given a joke T-shirt with holes in it. I survived Amanda's wedding.
I think it's funny that what we're remembered for, the show, is for those over-the-top moments, and that those moments are the most popular with the fans.
Please give my son back to me.
No! Stay away!